Kia ora, good afternoon and welcome along to Trafalgar Centre in Nelson for the season opener for the Nelson Giants, hosting the Auckland Tuatara for their first game. Round one of the NZNBL coming to you from Trafalgar Centre, Nelson. It is a tremendous environment. It's been an absolute gem for the Nelson Giants over the course of their history in the NZNBL. This is the 42nd season of the league, and it's Andrew Mulligan and Brooke Rusco alongside me. And Brooke, what's it like playing in this venue?
Yeah, you nailed it on the head there. Special place to play. Rich in history with the likes of Phil Jones and Mick Vicona coming out of there. But just the crowd that gets behind, especially Trafalgar. They went away from Trafalgar for a few years and find themselves back. It gets cold. Boy, does it get cold. You know, round 6 and 7, the early start of the season. Great place to come in and kickstart your season. Two
great uniforms as well. Pinstripes for the Tuatara this season. I like to see it. And of course the blue of the Nelson Giants, the home team. And coming up for the rest of round one of the NZNBL, this is a double header on your Saturday. We've got a great matchup coming up later on after this game. It's the Wellington Saints hosting the Hawke's Bay Hawks, who got an overtime win in Pukekohe on Thursday night. Brooke, you're on the call for that one. What a comeback from the Hawks.
Yeah, what a comeback, and Ethan Rusbatch really stepped up. A whole bunch of vets on that Hawke's Bay team and never really looked flustered, especially when it got into overtime. And you know, they showed their weight there, and Jared Kenny's back for another year, but Jordan Natai is now with the Hawks and goes back to Wellington tonight.
The Nuggets host Liam Judd tomorrow in another doubleheader. And the Rams and the Airs will round out round one of the NZNBL. What a round it has already been, and we're only at the halfway point really. And this is going to be a tremendous game between two teams with high hopes. Here are your starters for the Tuatara, and you as a former Husky and now a Tuatara, Brooke Rusco, what do you like about this five?
Man, look at the veteran lineup that they have out there, and we look at Glids and Rue and Rob and Weeksy, but it's Charlie Dalton. What an opportunity for him to get out there and play alongside some of these vets and learn from some of the best to do it on this side of the world. So it's going to be great for him, and that's a solid starting five.
And here is the coach of the Tuatara.
Aaron Young, head coach for the Auckland Tuatara. Might I say welcome to Nelson. First game happens to be on the road. How are the boys feeling? How have you guys kind of gelled over the last few months?
Yeah, no, it's been good. We've had a good pre-season. We've introduced a few of our players, Rob, Roops, Weeksy, Cam, into our group a little bit later in the piece, but they've added great value and they've picked up on everything really well. And everyone else that's put in a bulk of the work has done a great job. So we're ready for tonight, and it's great that it's here. Trafalgar Centre is going to be rocking, and we're excited.
What are you expecting from the NBS Nelson Giants?
Yeah, you know, scrappy, physical. They've got some players that are coming off big seasons. Alex, Sam Dimster. We just got to be ready for that. We got to be ready for them to be hungry. You know, we can't let them be hungrier than us. We got to come in here with the right mindset, and it's a good challenge for us to start this season.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
And for the home team, the Nelson Giants, starting five that has Matua Maker, the former Canterbury Ram, only had a handful of games for the Rams until he got injured. And Avery Woodson is the import as well, joining Maker and McNaught. Alex McNaught, former guard yourself. Brooke Rusco, what do you like about Alex McNaught getting the keys thrown at him?
That's a nice way to put it, get the keys thrown at him. Last year he was in the backcourt with Jared Weeks, who actually, Jared Weeks? Jared Weeks? Have I got it wrong?
Jared Weeks is playing for the Tuatara.
He is. Who was the
Jared West.
West. That's the Jared West. Excuse me.
But I haven't called you Casey Frank yet, so we're even.
He was in the backcourt with Jared West last year and learned a lot from him. Both so good on the defensive end, but now he does get the keys and he can steer the ship the right way.
And Mike Fitchett, former point guard himself, will like the fact he's got Alex McNaught. Here he is.
Head coach for the NBS Nelson Giants, Mike Fitchett, first game up, exciting, and I think one of the big things with the Giants is the local foundation, and once again, a lot of local faces back.
Yeah, it's a special part about our team. The boys have been working since October almost, and we get our imports in just this week, so we'll be heavily reliant on our local guys to do the business tonight, and a lot of tough matchups on the Tuatara, so hopefully they can get it done.
Yeah, some tall timber, some big names, and as far as the threats go, who do you think, who are you going to be watching tonight?
All of them. Obviously Rob Lowe, Ruben Tarangi, a couple of tall black stalwarts, so those guys are key for us, but Weeksy and Glidden can play. I really like their young guys too. They play super hard. Aaron does a hell of a job with this team, so, we'll do our best to compete.
Best of luck tonight.
Thank you.
And your TAB head-to-head, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL.
Look at this, and Tuatara was so close last year. They're a Trey Boyd big final away from actually winning this whole thing last year, and Rob Lowe comes back after a huge finals, and he joins himself with Cam Glidden, who's back in the league, and Ruben Tarangi, who we haven't seen on this side of the NBL. He's been in the ANBL for a few years, and he was with the Saints, but back in Auckland, and with one of his friends, Aaron Young, leading the ship.
And you can see Tom Ingham back from injury. Ruben Tarangi back in the league as well. He's played well over 150 games of the Sal's NBL and 300 Australian NBL games as well. Ruben Tarangi, Tall Blacks captain, leading this Tuatara with an experienced 5. Both teams, I would say, maximising the homegrown potential of their regions. Nelson have about half a dozen players from Waimea College. And of course the Tuatara, based at Event Finder Stadium on the North Shore, have just lent on the amazing high school basketball on the shore as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. And Rosmini and Westlake have done so well on the shore for years and years and years now. And you're right, the homebrew talent on both sides tonight is going to be awesome to see. And round 1, everything can be a bit fast. The game can, you wait in the corners, when you get to round 3 and round 4. But early in the season, you're busting out the corners and you're coming off screens a little bit quicker. So who can really settle in and find their feet early in game 1?
It's also a case of just maximising what you have in these early rounds, because as we've seen in the Sal's NBL, the imports slowly make their way in through some of the opening rounds. And so when you've got a team like Nelson who maybe need one more import, and they may have one on the way, the Tuatara have got their imports in there with Jared Weeks, and they've gone local, spent their money on Ruben Tarangi as well, which is great to see. Rob Lowe, of course, but no Chris Johnson. And what a massive hole he'll leave in this Tuatara lineup.
Yeah, he's so good, and just such a teammate as well, and so lucky to play with him for a few years. And he's 36, 37, 38, but he can still fly and give you a bucket any way you want it. But it's pretty much a brand new lineup besides from Rob Lowe out there. They're missing Dante, who's been a huge part, and he went over to America, and he was steering the ship at the point guard position and looked so comfortable last year. So you welcome in Jared Weeks and Cam Glidden and Ruben Tarangi. It's not the worst.
Tucky Farrenson as well, not on the Tuatara. We might see him, and I think I've seen some things online on Twitter. He might make an appearance still, we hope. Tucky Farrenson had a Tall Blacks debut last season as well. We had another run with the Tall Blacks. But for these two teams, missed opportunities in Sal's NBL 22. They look to go one step further. As you said, the Tuatara came oh so close in that grand final. The Giants, they were the standard bearers. As you see Rob Lowe and Alex McNaught embrace along with Cam Glidden. Those are some of the bench unit from the Breakers season. What a successful Breakers season it was. I know they won't feel like it was a successful season, but they recaptured the imagination of the basketball public, which was just amazing to see. That they'll feel like they missed an opportunity in game 5 of that final. We're at game 3 of round 1. Sal's NBL, Maker and Lowe to get us underway. And Woodson with McNaught at the point. Weeks will pick him up. Weeks played all 31 games for Tasmanian Jack Jumpers, former breaker. Avery Woodson, fresh off playing in Finland. With a step back, Tarangi, Trathon I should say, with the rebound as Maker. Misses that, and there's Weeks.
Defense, come on Nelson, defense.
Tarangi with Woodson on him, Maker showing hard, low diving, and even Tarangi just lost the handle.
That's what we've seen in a couple of these games, is just heavy on the turnovers. That first game where the Hawks came through, they had 21 turnovers in game 1, and some of these vets, they'll look after the ball as the game goes on and as the season goes on, but you just want to protect the ball nice and early and just get through your sets.
McNaught looking with Maker, Rob Lowe out high. Maker can put a ball on the floor, and the fall away, that's nice from Matua Maker.
Looks like he likes the matchup. A couple opportunities to go a big Rob Lowe, and second time comes around and gets the bucket. It's going to be a great matchup all game long. Rob's just so smart. Matua Maker, sorry, so athletic.
Weeks kicks it out in the corner. It's Glidden, who is an absolute deep threat. The former Ram, back in the NBL, the Sal's NBL. Matua Maker up high now. Alex McNaught had a lot of touches as McNaught tries to drop it off to make it, but the long arms of Rob Lowe breaks that up. Rob Lowe playing point forward. Glidden working with him. Rob Lowe puts it up and in. Avery Woodson just too small on that one to come across and affect any change.
And they would have worked it out of the breakers all year long. Just that connection, just as easy as that pick and roll. Pocket pass, Rob on the rim.
Maker couldn't get the finish, hit all the right moves. And now Glidden has it.
But you like how aggressive he is. Just out the jump, 3 shots, all on the rim. Trying to get it done nice and early.
Roman Tarangi, good defense from the Giants. Almost better offense. Couldn't quite get the English. It's Trathan. There's Glidden on him. Avery Woodson. Charlie Dalton. Good size for the young man. Matua Maker with a week to shoot it.
Love the ratio though, get it up.
Gets his own rebound, took 1 step to get it as well. So reset on the shot clock, and McNaught will pull it back, and he'll go long on the 3 and miss it.
Step up! Step up!
Here's Rob Lowe, and Avery Woodson breaks that up with the reach in. Avery Woodson, do you want a fact?
Please.
Hugh Bainin gave me the heads up. He's currently away with the under-17s. And more on that in a moment. But Avery Woodson played in Covert club in Finland.
Yeah.
The same club Giants and New Zealand basketball legend Phil Jones played in.
There you go, the connection, and he's made his way all the way down to the Nelson Giants. He'll love that. Get him out on the golf course.
And Phil won a championship, of course.
Yeah, of course he did. That sounds about right.
Come on, let's make some noise.
Phil Jones has his son Hayden Jones in this Giants squad. John Reed, Mark Hinton from Stuff's article on the Jones connection between Phil and his son Hayden. The Jones family, great basketball family.
I've got a great story about Phil Jones a little bit later on in the game as well.
Oh, I can't wait. He's played approximately 4,000 games of Sal's NBL.
That's been generous too. I think it's closer to 5.
Is it? My bad. And we've got a foul on McNaught. The Tuatara.
Good luck, eh?
And great opportunity this year as well for Alex McNaught. You know, we talked about it before. He gets the keys. He's the starting point guard, which is a huge position. And generally speaking, the teams that have good point guards in this league, they go on and win it. I think about Trey Boyd last year. You can go to the ANBL as well with Bryce Cotton, and when the Breakers were winning it, you know, they had Cedric Jackson, and this year they look good again. So get yourself a good point guard. It goes a long way to winning these competitions.
Well, Ruben Tarangi just put him in the spin cycle. He's got a decent point guard, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, with Kyle Adnan, who's now at the Saints, and that game's coming up next. Derek Walton Jr. for the Sydney Kings. Will McDowell-White for the Breakers. What a treat. Re-signed for 2 years. That news coming out during the week. McNaught, happy to learn off Will McDowell-White. Time winding down for the Tuatara. 3 on the shot clock. Trathan for 3 in the corner is good.
You love the deep dribble penetration. Got deep into the paint. Everyone collapsed and found the shooter.
Avery Woodson, is that on him? That could be his 2nd foul. Just got tied up in the backcourt there.
It's always a good feel-out process as well at the start of the season for imports when they come in and just learn how aggressive and what they can get away with the refs, and 2 early fouls and you find yourself on the bench.
This is interesting now because both Maker and Woodson take a seat for Mike Fitchett. Tarangi for 3. The straight-on 3 is good.
And the shot looks good. He's been working a lot in the off-season as well. And we welcome back in Tom Ingham. Missed out last season, and tough matchup and tough way to come in. And you're marking Ruben Tarangi off a couple on-ball screens.
Oh, what a look from McNaught. Unfortunately, he couldn't finish. And then the Tuatara leaked out too far. Glidden was never going to track that down. But
that was a round 7 throw.
Wow.
What a pass. That's a connect, and probably a little bit surprised it landed in the cookie basket.
Agent 97 on McNaught, excuse me, and here he is driving, drops it off. Turnover. Oh, what a screen. Charlie Dalton puts McNaught down, and we've got a foul underneath. Nick Barrow in the game. Nick Barrow has been playing since 2012. I believe it's his 150th game today.
And salute to him, just a great guy, a great teammate, never has any ego, does his job. He can play 39 minutes or can play 1 minute. He's going to be the exact same. He's going to give you the best that he's got.
He will set screens.
Oh boy, will he ever. Get you on some back screens at trainings too, and then lets you know about it.
Tuatara with this 9-5 lead, get another position out of the offensive rebound. Glidden can't get that three to go down. And Trayton, I believe, is going to be called for the push on Barrow.
If you coach Aaron Young, you're happy with that dribble penetration and a great bullet pass there from Jared Weeks to find their shooter. And if Cam Glidden continues to get open looks like that, guarantee he's going to hit a few.
You can get your New Balance team merch with that QR code. Not sure what to do. Maybe get someone Gen X or younger to show you how to do that. Barrow at the line. He was a champion with the Pirates.
Yep, was there too with them.
Did you play for the Pirates?
Yeah, was lucky enough to be there, and we had ourselves quite the squad.
Team.
Yeah, it was all right.
Who did you have?
Lindsay Tate was there. Dylan Boucher, Alex Pledger.
Speaking of point guards,
Hayden Allen.
goodness me.
Yeah, we were all right.
Was it pretty quiet at practice?
Yeah, believe it or not.
Was there much talking?
Dylan and Lindsay always had something to say. Besides from that, everyone was kind of like, shut up and do as you're told. And it seemed to work out. And we had Coach Judd Flavel as our coach at the time and did a great job of just making it work. And everyone found their place and came home with the championship.
That is a tough shot. And Thomas Ingham. Tom Ingham will go to the line. Nelson need a bucket, and it's going to be Ingham to the TAB foul line.
Just what you want to welcome yourself back into the game after a long time away. So get to the free throw line, see a couple go in, get your shot in, get your eye in. Way to be aggressive.
5 to go in this first quarter. A little bit of an arm wrestle opening game of the season for both these teams. Nothing quite like, if you've been running since, did Mike Fitchett say October last year for some of these guys?
Like their strength and conditioning trainer, Claire, would have had them running since at least October. There's a reason they're in great shape, and Claire's been a stalwart of the Giants for years and years, and she was actually the coach of the strength and conditioning coach for Mika Vakona. So if you can get Mika looking like that, oh, yeah, you're doing well. Tough off-season, though, I tell you.
Thomas Beatty's number 9. He's in the corner as Dalton kicks it out to Glidden, looking for that three. He's fouled, taking it. He sold it so well.
It's the vet. Found the contact. Chuck your head back and find yourself at the free throw line. And the exact same thing for Cam Glidden. He's a shooter. He's already had a couple wide open looks, missed those, but now he gets the chance to go to the free throw line and get a few up and just find his rhythm.
Cam Glidden, the boomer, over 300 Australian NBL games as well. Played with Cairns, the Bullets, Phoenix, and now the Breakers. Cam Glidden also been at the Rams as well. Can't get the roll on the foul line, on the TAB line. But in the game now, he's just looking for that opening bucket from deep. He really needs that feel.
Oh, he can fill it up. I was lucky enough to spend a bit of time with the Cairns Taipans, and he was up there as well. And another just great teammate, but during shooting drills, he was one man that you did not want to go against. I know it's not looking so great right now. He missed a couple free throws and a couple of threes, but 25 threes on the line, he's probably making 23, 24 most times.
Oh, Glidden missing from the TAB line. Tough opener. Tough shot. Rebound from Barrow. Ingham missing that. Here's Jared Weeks. Oh, finds the trailing Nick Barrow. And unfortunately, couldn't get the finish. Sam Dempster broken up by Beatty, Tom Beatty, and he gives it up. Weeks for three. Shot the lights out this season for Tasmania from downtown. Couldn't connect there.
Get up and down.
It's fast-paced.
Fast-paced. Look after the ball a little bit better, but boys are getting out and run. Go down to Sam Dempster, now had an amazing, amazing season last year, and if he can maintain that or continue to grow.
Tyler Marsh knocking that down.
It's going to be a huge help for this Giant squad.
Sam Dempster, 32 years of age, made his debut for the Tall Blacks. What a call-up.
Boy, shot the juice out of it last year.
Glad you said juice.
Yeah, where are we going with this?
Jared Weeks, contested 3, and he knocks that down. 46.8% coming off the NBL season in Australia, and he connects on his second attempt there in a matter of minutes. Dempster for 3. He can fill it up from downtown. Weeks looking to push it right. Oh, in his game, in his bag for Charlie Dalton.
And just tough, yeah. Have to slow down the point guard off those rebounds, and Weeksy does a good job of getting 3 dribbles out and find himself in the middle of the court and gets the assist.
Dempster has the mismatch. Dalton on the help. Marsh for 3. Oh, nothing but net the rainbow and Nelson.
You love to see it. Comes in with confidence, back-to-back 3s. Huge off the bench.
2.5 to go in this first quarter. Quieter Nelson all of a sudden. Charlie Dalton a little bit off to the right on that corner ball. Nelson could take the lead here. Will they take the lead on this 3? They can't. Dempster in between 2 lizards. Gets underneath. Vet move on the youngster. And there is the lead. Sam Dempster giving Nelson the lead, and the timeout for Aaron Young and the Tuatara. 18-17.
And that's just where he's so good. Gives you extra chances, extra opportunities. It's a science rebounding. Half the time you know where the ball is going to go for offensive rebounds, and he's 32. He's played a lot of basketball, and he knows these rims better than most. Reads where the ball's going, takes his time down low, goes back up, offensive board, and a nice easy bucket for Sammy Dempster.
Well, let's just give a quick shout out to some of the youngsters involved in this Nelson Giants team. Involved in the under-17 qualifiers, the regional qualifiers for the under-17s. And they played Canterbury, North Canterbury today. Hayden Jones had 66 points across 2 games. Hayden Jones, son of Phil and Kat Jones. Also Adam Barton and Will Davidson currently away from the team. What a great environment. There's about half a dozen players from Waimea College involved in the Giants. And they are truly homegrown talent. Matua Maker, Alex McNaught, Avery Woodson. 3 players who are from the Nelson region. And I believe we've got one, Ernest Kerr as well. Plays high school ball in Rotorua Lakes. But yeah, Mike Fitcher.
Keep it close to home.
Keep it close to home. Secret to their success. Looking to go all the way this season in NBL 23, Sal's NBL 23.
I think it works with the coaches as well. Obviously, Fitch is from Nelson, but Tommy G, assistant coach, he's a good Nelson boy and was actually a wannabe at one point. Now he's on the coaching staff.
Good hands from Trathan.
Sorry, I should explain the wannabes as...
I was like,
what is the wannabes? No. Wannabes is the... it's like the cheerleading team down there in Nelson.
Ah, gotcha. Yeah, great support for the Giants. Just lost the handle on that one to Beatty.
But I think if you coach Aaron, especially on that dribble penetration, you like that he's staying aggressive, not just looking to get it on, look to get to the rim and just miss the layup.
Trathan from deep. Oh, in and out. Trathan, Fitch wanted a call, I believe, off the ball perhaps, and we got a foul off the ball down below. Might be Nick Trathan, and they are in the bonus, unfortunately, for the Giants. So the Tuatara will shoot shots here. Just the 1 team foul on the visitors.
I think it's Nick Barrow just trying to bang down there and find position.
Of course it is.
He's a concrete slab down there. He's a tough man to move. He's got that grown man strength. He's a dad now. He's a tough man to move. And normally when he gets to the free throw line, fairly efficient there as well.
Policeman by trade is Nick Barrow. So he'll know some wrist moves.
Doesn't muck around.
He'll lock you up. And he misses the second. Auckland with this 3-point lead. Nice move. And Tyson Katia with the nice drive on the baseline. Cuts the lead to 1 for the Tuatara. 70 seconds to go on the first quarter. Coming to you from Trafalgar Centre in Nelson. Game number 1 for these two teams. Rob Lowe back in the game over Maker. And Rob Lowe in rhythm is a beautiful sight from deep.
And just such a tough cover. You know, he can slip and get on the rim that time, pick and pop, and Maker was just a touch late, and we know what Robbie can do. Bang, bang.
There's a fascinating matchup between those two bigs. Ingham. Chris McIntosh in the game. You can hear the shot clock winding down. McIntosh just lulled everybody on the defensive end to sleep somewhat.
He's been doing that for years and years, and the connection that those two will have and continue to have, Ruben and Rob Lowe, it's going to get from strength to strength as this year goes on, but you can see the connection already.
Ingham at the line, excuse me, on the TAB foul stripe.
It's good to see him back as well. He's such a big part of the Giants, and obviously had that tough injury and had to watch on the sidelines all year last year, and it's just good to see him back in the lineup.
Yeah, he'll be relishing this game. He's probably circled it a long way away. And Jared Weeks there, as you can see, taking the timeout. The Sky City players timeout. Now this is what you can have. 4 in the game for these two teams. 1 per half. Jared Weeks maybe going for a 2-for-1 situation here.
Yeah, interesting. And we talked about this at the game on Thursday night, is if you can nail this, if you can get it right, use these timeouts at the right time, you advance the ball, you're right, go for the 2-for-1, you can use it for a huge advantage, and it's just going to be a learning process.
And it advances the ball. You can get a ticket to the big game with that QR code on screen. 10,000 community group tickets available as well. That's a fantastic initiative, and they advance the ball so they get a look. And they get a quick shot. McIntosh trying to look for Tarangi. Time winding down though. And Rob Lowe with the left. Nice rebound. And now the Giants will hold, will they, for one more shot?
Looks like they've got a foul to give. Got a couple of fouls to give, actually. It's, do you let the Weeksies and the Rubens use up the fouls?
Marsh with the ball. 2 to shoot. Ingham. Off to the left a little bit. But the Tuatara had the lead. 21-19 at Trafalgar Centre in Nelson.
Season and first chance to win for a couple of big charities. Our 2 shooters with the NBS Hoops for Charity. Down one end, we have Joaquin McNay. Down the other end, we have Cody Anderson. Time is up.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Get a Sal's NBL Steel combo for only $30. Sal's NBL 2023 is your online code. Sal's Super Slam deals. Here's one for you. And some interesting stats coming out of that first quarter. Even on the rebound advantage, just a +1 advantage for the Giants. Shooting just 6 of 18 for 33%.
I think we can expect a lot of that for most teams to kickstart this season. We might see that round 1, round 2, just finding your legs, finding your rhythm, especially if you didn't play in the ANBL. It's been a long time since You know, you potentially got up game reps, so we can kind of expect that at the start, and both teams looked after the ball fairly well for the first quarter of the season.
Tuatara to start the second quarter. Tarangi left it well short on that one. Will be Giants ball. Take the lead with a 3 or an N1. Here's McNaught. Using the make a screen. Puts up the runner. Left that short. Glidden. Weeks for 3. He'll take that.
We can't have one guy rotating.
And that's where they're going to be tough. The Weeks he gets that rebound, he's out and running, and just didn't put it on in the bread basket for Glidden to shoot that 3, but got back to him and look for them to run again.
Riley Benson in the game, he misses that 3. Look away to Glidden from Tarangi. Cam Glidden can't get that to go down. The Tua makeup gets slapped out by Tarangi. Share a laugh about maybe that should have been a foul and it wasn't called. McNaught with Weeks all over him. Oh, great matchup this is. Alex McNaught. Tough shot.
Tough shot, good finish. Great job of rejecting the screen, getting deep in the paint, and finished over Weeksy.
Scores are tied. Baker breaks that up. His low was just spinning his way through a myriad of screens that he set, and he was free in the lane, but Maker got a hand to it, got a couple of hands to it.
The idea was right, and that's when they're going to be tough. They got a lot of screens, a lot of screen, off-ball screen actions here, and the reason you have to stay so connected is, I know Glidden hasn't hit a 3 yet, but you just cannot leave him. You cannot help from the weak side, so it's going to be tough. You have to get your matchups right.
That's a tough matchup. But Low goes slong, and so does Tarangi.
And a lot of switching here from the Tuatara. Pretty much switching 1 to 5 at the moment.
And 1. Tyson Iolopatia with the N1. And there's Kerr out there as well. Riley Benson going to the bench unit. Mike Fitchett is rewarded with the hustle. He ran the floor hard, it has to be said.
Way to stay with it. Good finish. The way he's playing, he's going to have his name on a singlet next week. Come on, babe.
Why they got to do him like that?
But great start off the bench, just staying aggressive, playing his role. Great start.
How do you do that?
We got some coaches on our FX mic as well. Doing better commentary than me, I'll tell you that much for free. Rob Lowe looking for the mismatch on Dempster. Glidden, is this the 3 he's been looking for? It is!
And he says about time. But just another wide open look, and he's a gun. He's a sniper. You just can't give him that much space. He's gonna kill you. And you know, normally when you see one go through, another one's coming. Great pass.
Great look. Benson in the corner. And Benson knocks down that 3.
And that shows the growth. It's a great pass. Alec McNaught saw that the help was coming from the cutter and bulleted that one across and found the shooter, and bang, bang. Another great pass.
What a look from Cam Glidden to Rob Lowe.
And just all a little bit too easy there. Rob set the screen too low. I mean, Cam was coming off around the free throw line, just chucked it up, and there's not much you can do.
Benson's feeling it. He throws it out. Iolopatia can't get that to go down. Charlie Dalton gets to the cup with the right hand.
And that's where it can be great. Charlie Dalton, he's athletic, he's young, he's fit. Get out and run and get yourself an easy layup. See a lot of switching here.
Iolopatia and Weeks going backwards, and now the mismatch. Oh, Alex McNaught, another turnover. And Tarangi, will he step into the 3, kicks it over to Glidden, and Glidden is chased off the 3-point line, and Charlie Dalton has the ball and gets another bucket. And that gives the Auckland Tuatara a 4-point lead. And I believe Mike Fitchett has called timeout here. Charlie Dalton couldn't believe his luck. Bobbled the pass and puts it up and in.
4 nice, easy points. That's what you have to do when you're mucking Cam Glidden as well. You have to run him off the line, which they did there, and make him put it on the ground. And Charlie Dalton came through and gets the easy layup, but it all comes from the turnover, and Alex McNaught a couple times now, and he knows, you can see it there, he's jumped, and then he's trying to make the pass, and I think 2 of his 3 turnovers come once he's jumped, so get that extra dribble, take your time, because if this Tuatara team get out and run, looks like they're pretty tough.
Hoop heads on Wednesday nights. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank and myself talking all things Sal's NBL. Round 1 will be digested, chopped up on Wednesday night. Might have Brooke Roscoe come in at some point.
You guys got it, man.
Sounds like Brooke doesn't want to do it.
No, I'd love to. I'd actually. It was the dress code. I saw you and Case obviously missed the dress code, and Justin Nelson was dressed to the nines.
Justin has a high-powered job, you see, and Casey and I don't. I think if we had a look at the PDF of where we sit in the schedule of things for Sky Sport, we're on page 5.
You want to be yourself too.
Yeah. You want to be comfortable.
That was a great show and a great watch.
Now it's McNaught with the ball. Probably just need to calm things down a little bit for McNaught. He's got 3 turnovers already, 2 assists. Maker felt the contact. Glidden is called for the foul. That is a mismatch on the 2 Australians. Maker getting the best of that one.
And no real worries right now for the Tuatara, but one thing that could hurt them is the bench. In terms of their starters are going to be heavy. They're going to play a lot of minutes, and if they do fall into foul trouble, Cam Glidden just picked up his second. There's going to be a lot of pressure on that bench, but you know, Chris McIntosh has been doing this for years, and he can shoot the lights out of it as well. And Nick Barrow and Ruben Fitzgerald have been around for a long time, and speaking to Coach Aaron Young as we see that first free throw go through, as William Ledger apparently had a great preseason, so expect him to see some minutes during the year and probably during this game as well.
I believe Will Ledger is out.
Oh, he's not playing, so
I believe so.
Well, tough to be on there.
I'll have to check the injury report. Glidden gives it back to Lowe, and he turns it over. Benjamin, it's been his quarter so far for the Giants, gets the steal.
And same thing we said about Alex McNaught, you know, jumping and then trying to find the pass. Rob Lowe, he knows he's been around for a long time, just jumped and put himself in 2 minds and had the turnover.
3 ball is good.
Just had him backtracking. Shot looked good.
Woodson nails that 3. Is that Tarangi with a 3?
Yeah, the shot looks nice. I know he's been working a lot in the off-season since finishing up with the Phoenix and shooting it with confidence, and strokes there for Ruben Tarangi to start the game.
Well, Will Ledger is available on the PSR. Oh my goodness! Charlie Dalton with a 2-hand poster.
Let them know you're in the starting lineup. Way to get out and run. He's athletic. Finishes well. Great for the confidence too.
Woodson's feeling it as well. Different energy in this quarter so far. Big rebound from Rob Lowe. Charlie Dalton with the ball and the dunk on the previous end. And here is Rob Lowe looking for the handoff. Ruben Tarangi poked away. Dempster with the good hands. McNaught looks up, finds Maker, facing up on Rob Lowe. Dempster giving some room, gives it to McNaught.
Feels like it just spiced up the last couple minutes.
Dempster, good catch. McNaught with his feet set. Left it short, Glidden gets it.
Good look, good shot. Collapse the defense once again. Then it just becomes make or miss, so we see a high on ball there from Rob Lowe.
Weeks straight on 3 is no good.
Got him with the push off.
And he's called for the foul. Charlie Dalton. Oh, Alex McNaught.
It looks good. Out in transition. Especially with one of the young boys as well. You know, a lot of the work and the ball handling in the half court is going to come from these vets. They're going to get a lot of shots up, but when you get your moment, you get your chance, make sure they say your name and hammer that one home.
And that 3 ball is good. That's a 2, excuse me, a long 2.
We've just seen instantly he comes back in the game, hits the 3, dribble penetration there as well into the pull-up jumper, and the shot looks nice, and the scoring power and prowess that we can see instantly from him. It's going to be huge for this Giants team.
Here's Barrow. off the glass on the Dempster challenge. Nick Barrow doing what he does so well. And don't forget Tuatara as well, Brooke. We'll have Cruz Pero Hunt as well from a very, very, very promising career ahead of him. Cruz Pero Hunt, he spent 4 years as Ruben Tarangi gets the right-hand drive at South Dakota University. And that is a nice addition for Aaron Young and the Tuatara, who are doing a good job on the road at the moment. With a 6-point lead, Avery Woodson looking to go. Oh, good defense. McNaught into Dempster. Dempster the fall away. And it's going to be the foul over the back.
Just a great defensive position. If you coach Aaron Young, probably the best defensive position they've had in this game so far. Just rotated well. Dalton did a great job of cutting off the lane, and everyone rotated from there. Box out from Cam Glidden and picks up the foul on the rebound.
3 minutes to go.
Down the other end, just too easy. Gambled there, Ruben Tarangi took his time. Same hand, same foot. Finds himself at 10 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, Ruben Tarangi is your leading scorer with 10. Tyler Marsh has 6. An even spread for the Nelson Giants. Rob Lowe has 7 on the on the rebound advantage. Sam Dempster with 5. Cam Glidden has 3 assists for the Tuatara. And that's probably the main problem for the Giants at the moment. The ball's not really working for them. Just 4 assists on 11 made field goals. Whereas the Tuatara, 10 assists on 14 makes.
They're just easy pocket passes. Sometimes at the start of the season, you just have to go back to the basics. What's basics? High on balls, get the ball in the post, and looks like they're setting a lot of high on balls with Rob Lowe. Pocket pass there. We saw Nick Barrow get a nice little pocket pass from Ruben Tarangi as well. So just go back to the basics, start nice and easy, and find your rhythm and find your sets as the game and the season continues to grow. Especially when you've got a brand new squad. You know, you look at this team right here, and the only starter that we see from last year was Rob Lowe. So obviously a lot of vets have come through and joined this year, but still have to find that rhythm, and I'm sure they will. But nice, easy, basic way to start the first part of the season.
Here we go. 3 minutes to go. The second quarter, 39-33.
Weeks pushing it. Barrow looking for the handoff. Looking for the second option and finds Tarangi. They just thought they'd run the action and had gone to sleep, but he was just loitering on that baseline and gets the bucket. Lead is 8.
It's just too easy. Ruben's up to 12 points now. He's shooting the ball well from deep, but he continues to get wide open layups like that. So it'll be a tough night at the office.
Ingham left it short. Weeks for the board. Tarangi looking to push it. Put on a hesitation. Left hand finish is good because Nick Barrow with a vet screen.
Nick Barrow doing Nick Barrow things. Just turned around, backed it up.
Watch this.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening? He's been doing it for years.
Ingham got caught on it. And we've got a timeout because the lead is ballooned to 10. 43-33. 2:19 to go in this first half. Trafalgar Centre. We're looking for the Tuatara to get this win on the road. Unless Nelson can come up with some stops, eat into this advantage that the Tuatara have. And as you said on Thursday, road wins are hard to come by, Brooke Ruscoe, but we saw the Hawks get it done in overtime in the Franklin Poulin Leisure Centre.
Thriller of a way to start the season. Absolutely amazing way to start the season. It was loud out there. You know, there was a point with like 2-3 minutes to go in that ball game, and I thought, you know, the Bulls have got this one, and Hawks turned it around real quickly. Did a great job of getting to the free throw line, getting a couple of extra positions, and found themselves with a wide open 3-point shot from Ethan Rusbatch to send it into overtime, and he hit it and had himself a big game, big ball game, and got the dub.
Ethan Rusbatch just doing Thursday things, I believe he said on
just another Thursday.
Just another Thursday. But also Hiram Harris. There is just no quit in Hiram Harris. He just gets things done, little things as well that just affect the outcome of the game.
And he's matured so much. He's over the last 3-4 years.
Absolutely. I mean, he got picked up by Adelaide and then in the 36ers and then became the most improved player. And then just has stuck with it and has been rewarded with a regular gig the Aussie NBL. It's Ingham now with the ball. He gets it back from McNaught. Ingham coming up, 2 minutes to go in the half. Ingham driving hard. Can't get the roll, and Nick Barrow is called for the foul. He manages to get the rebound and simultaneously foul Matua.
He's got to fight the good fight. Pretty good job there on the defensive end from the Tuatara up until that point. Fighting over screens, pushing them out, making them catch the ball deep past the three-point line, but just couldn't close out the possession and make it doing a good job.
Just the third team foul. Just one from Nelson. McNaught, Dempster screen. Needs to get a shot up. Ingham, good defense. Rewarded with the miss. Weeks just at mid-court. Glenn wants the unsportsmanlike.
And that's where he's going to be tough. He does up to 6 rebounds already, Jared Weeks, and every time he gets a rebound, we've seen it. Gets the rebound, gets out and running. It's either a foul or a layup up until this point.
Tuamaka waiting for his teammates to come get him up. But that is the 4th team foul for the team foul for the Tuatara. And they'll have possession
Over the NBS Nelson
on the side.
And Tuatara just nicely going about their business right here. Found himself with a 10-point lead. And
well, hold on.
he was right.
We do have an unsportsmanlike foul. Excuse us. Cam Glidden called it.
Make some noise, Nelson.
It's not supposed to be wrong.
So 2 shots and the ball. That is unfortunate for the Nelson Giants, and the Tuatara could capitalise here as they look to have possession with 1:42 to go.
You're absolutely right. Just kind of doing it by strength of numbers at the moment. Ruben's found himself on the rim a couple of times. Cam Glidden.
From the outside.
Oh, can't make him pay. Iola Patea with the rebound, dropping it off for Dempster. Dempster's fouled by Jared Weeks, and Sam Dempster will go to the line, the 32-year-old. Most improved player in 2022.
And great pass.
Great look.
Good foul there from Jared Weeks.
It's been a Giant since 2008. It's 3 decades.
I think he was bald when he started too. A great man, Sam Dempster.
Perfect vet for Mike Fitchett and the Nelson Giants. Nice crowd in this afternoon for the Trafalgar Centre. Big game coming up next in the Sal's NBL. Saints Hawks. I know Justin Nelson likes to ask who you got. But Sam Dempster at the TAB line, tell me who you got.
I'm going Wellington. I like the Wellington squad, like the Saints. They're at home. Hawks coming off a double header. Obviously, we saw what Ethan can do the other day, and Jordan Nartai's back in Wellington. I know he'll probably play like he's got a point to prove and try and have himself a big game, but the Saints winning that one.
Aaron Tarangi, savvy move there. He was in trouble and managed to shadow it, so Cam Glidden came and got it. Then he misses the layup, unfortunately. Matua streaking out ahead, straight into Cam Glidden. And it's called for the block as Cam Glidden. And that is shots coming up for the Giants.
Big foul too. That's Cam Glidden's 3rd foul. So he's got 3, Jared Weeks got 2. Ruben Tarangi and Charlie Dalton both have 1.
Cam Glidden, though, putting his body on the line. It's a tough foul for him. Patua Makeup at the free throw line, at the TAB free throw line. Nelson Giants are 6 of 8. Make it 7 of 9.
It'd be nice for him to just get the free throw line. You're sitting at 1 of 5 right now, 4 points. Make that 5, but let's get your shot up, see it go through a couple of times, and then find your rhythm from there.
Younger brother of Thon Makeup, former Buck, Boomer as well. Dempster and Rob Lowe. This is the point guard matchup we came to see.
Blockhouse. Blockbuster.
McNaught up on Tarangi. Tarangi operating with Barrow. And he just went into a crowd and turned it over. 2-for-1 opportunity here for the Giants. Sorry, Brooke.
Something like stagnant there, and everyone kind of packed the pain. And
Iola Patea with the floater on the baseline.
I'm telling you, the name is on the back in the next game. Looks good. Staying aggressive. Nice 2 for 1. Float game was strong.
Good hustle, good pressure. Nice work from Tarangi to get rid of it. Charlie Dalton, a 2-hand dunk to remember over Alex McNaught. Rosmany on St. Kent's. Beatty goes down. Low with a double. Dalton with the catch. And the layup.
And just smart play.
Tough reverse.
From Turner's head, got to the rim. Good cut. Finishes well, he's up to 10 points.
McNaught the other way. No, Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe ruined his shooting percentage.
You gotta love Rob Lowe.
Flings it 93 feet. And doesn't matter, they're doing a great job defensively. They hold the home team to 38. The Tuatara walk off the Trafalgar centre floor with a nice lead, 47-38. We'll be back after the break to talk about the first half. Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Mayor Nick Smith is doing a presentation at mid-court. Former Member of Parliament as well for the National Party, but it is going to be the Auckland Tuatara over the Nelson Giants at halftime. Brooke Roscoe, what did you like about what the Tuatara could get done?
Man, they got out and ran nice sets, real basic stuff. High on balls with a lot of stuff with Jared Weeks and Ruben Sarangi, and you get Rob Lowe up there, he can slip a lot of the time, he can pick and pop, and found himself with a couple wide open threes. And like we said in the first half, it's hard to help from the weak side as well, because you have Cam Glidden, a prolific shooter on the other side. So you go and score yourself 47 points. If they can continue this and go close to 100 in a 40-minute game, they're going to be tough to beat. And did a pretty good job of slowing Nelson down. one thing could be foul trouble a little bit late, but Rob Lowe's come through and he's just kind of carried on from the season that he had last year and then carried through with the Breakers. He's up to 9 points and 8 rebounds at halftime, and Ruben Tarangi's showing his presence and how dominant he can be in this league with a nice 14. But it's Charlie Dalton for me. 10 points, amongst a whole bunch of stars. He's really stood up and made the most of his opportunities. Obviously got the 10 points, but slid well on defense. And we are in Nelson though. And they can turn it on just like that, and this Giants crowd can get into it before you know it, and just see a couple go down. And before you know it, you can have yourself a ball game just like that.
Well, the Tuatara are shooting 51% in this first half, and they are winning the rebound advantage now, +4, and they managed to get 12 assists on those 17 makes, so they are humming along for Aaron Young. Not to mention Rob Lowe, a prolific double-double machine last season. He's up to 9 and 8 already with 3 assists and a steal and 2 turnovers. And he's already hit a 3. So that will line them up nicely, because if Rob Lowe and Cam Glidden get free, get loose, and Ruben Tarangi is working well with Jared Weeks, that's going to be tough for the Giants to come back from.
We take a look right here. And, it's going to have to be by committee if you're a part of this Giants team, but we saw in a really brief span right there what Avery Woodson can do, and it looks like he's got a beautiful jump shot, hit a 3, and then next position came down, mid-range jumper. So they're going to have one person who really steps up and takes the load in terms of scoring, but
Round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
you're going to have to fill this part up here as well. Assists going to be huge, and you can see it on the other side for the Tuatara.
Yeah, the Tuatara are managing to get everybody involved through all parts of the floor. Rob Lowe with 2 steals. He'll have his fingerprints all over the second half, as the TAB Stats, the official stats partner of the Sal's NBL for Sky Sport, giving us a nice glimpse into what the Giants will have up ahead of them. Tuatara coming into town, beaten finalists last season, as the reigning champs, the Otago Nuggets, get their season underway tomorrow afternoon. They host the Manawatu Jets. And you've got the Airs and the Rams, going at it. So we'll take a break. 47-38, second half is evenly poised, because the Nelson Giants, we've fired up for the second half. They want to impress this great home crowd that they have here at Trafalgar Centre. Welcome back to Trafalgar Centre. The Tuatara in town, playing the Nelson Giants, who are in a bit of a hole here. 9 points down at half-time. Just 38 on the board for Mike Fitchett. And they're going to need some of their big players to start to get going, because they haven't got the ball moving for them. They haven't got the ball working for them. And they're going to need a little bit more punch on the offensive end, Brooke Ruscoe.
Yeah, without a doubt. You potentially want to see the imports just get into a couple high on balls, you know, Maker and Woodson, see what they can do. Sammy Dempster shot the ball extremely well last year. So if you can get Sammy in some on balls, maybe pick and pop, get deep into the paint, find him, make a couple of threes just to find that rhythm. You know, get the crowd into it, really get rolling. And, you know, Tom Ingham, is great to see him back out there, and he'll fling the ball up. There's no doubt about that. And if he can come back in and, you know, maybe he can see a couple of threes go through, have that spark off the bench. Just looking for that one to really get them going right now, and it just hasn't come. But, you know, it's the first half of the season. It's a feel-out process. You know, it's a heavyweight match. A few rounds into this one, we've got a lot of time left. And Alex McNaught, we talked about him a lot already, but if he can get going, continue to get deep in the paint, find his shooters, it's going to go a long way to help this team.
Well, Alex McNaught, yeah, he's been handed the keys of the Giants. No Jared West this season. And Alex McNaught, the Auckland kid, who's now running the ship for the Giants, and he's signed on a 3-year extension for the Breakers as well. Be leading that bench mob.
And his spare time, apparently all he does is play Harry Potter.
Yeah, massive Harry Potter fan.
Not mad about it.
Gave a shout out to Robbie Coltrane and Hagrid when he passed away in his press conference when he came off the bench in a Breakers game. Yeah, and Alex McNaught, I think he streams on Twitch as well.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Not surprised. Good kid though, very good kid, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, absolutely, the kind of guy you want, you know, leading your team as well, Alex McNaught. Good matchup with Jared Weeks. He's a great guy as well, great personality in this league to have him back.
And can shoot the lights out. You know, from deep, this Tuatara team is a tough cover. You know, Weeks, he can come off the on ball. You do that with Rob Lowe, we see what he can do. Ruben shooting the ball well, and Cameron Glidden is arguably the best shooter in the league from deep.
They show hard on Avery Woodson. There's Dempster, 41% from deep from last season. And there he is, Brooke, just like you said, he connects.
Just what we talked about, put them in the high on ball, great pass, rotated late. Sammy Dempster is a great way to start the third quarter.
Brooke Ruscoe, he knows what he's talking about. Dalton, great position. This has been the matchup between those two. Dalton had the best of him in the first half between him and McNaught. Not the natural cover for McNaught, but he's found himself on Charlie Dalton a couple of times.
Charlie maybe just wants to use their height, their athleticism down there as well. I don't know if you're going to back Alex McNaught down too much, but you know, we saw what you can do on that poster. Go for that nice little jump shot.
Weeks, the fall away. Oh, Jared Weeks.
That's tough. You know, you get to that elbow, so many options. Can't play with the ball around there, and picks the pull-up jumper, and easy bucket. Good to see him back in the league.
Trathan pulls the trigger. Oh, another three for the Giants. They've come out firing after halftime.
Just like that, 5-point ball game. See it go through a couple of times as Rob Lowe gets to the rim, and just too easy.
Rob Lowe getting it done.
He looks good on the break. Let him run.
That's Matua Maker's first foul. So Rob Lowe at the TAV line to shoot two.
It's always a tough cover too when your big gets the ball and he can get out and run and can push it. You don't have to go to your point guard. It's hard to get the rotations right. Straight to the rim there. It's hard to turn your head and be under the rim and protect the rim. There's no passes. It hasn't slowed down at all. So Rob saw that. There was no help. Put his head down, got to the rim, and finds himself at the free throw line.
11 fast break points for the Tuatara in this game, so they're having to push it.
Just helps them set up as well. You know, a couple of threes to start this third quarter from the Nelson Giants, but now they can set up their defense after those free throws.
Dalton on McNaught, stepping through. Almost travelled with it. Tipped away. Trathan, McNaught goes down along with Charlie Dalton. Everyone's okay.
Caught a foul there.
Who's it going to be on as well?
They've called that on
Is they called that on Alex McNaught, do you think?
I think they've called that on Charlie Dalton.
Charlie Dalton, perhaps, yes, it looks like it. So Charlie Dalton will pick up that foul because it is Giants ball. Trayton will trigger the inbound play. Both teams have a Sky City player timeout to use in this half. We saw Jared Weeks call one in the first half. Can't carry them over into halves, so you just have one per half to use. 4 total in the game between the two teams, and teams are just too aggressive in the backcourt there on Jared Weeks.
But a better job of slowing him down. I know he picked up the foul there, but we saw early in this game and throughout that first half just what Jared Weeks can do. If you let him get south, let him get a head of steam. Tough on the rim, can get to the rim, but he's going to find his shooters and find his runners as well. So good job of slowing it down. You don't want to pick up that foul, but the idea is right.
Tarangi. Oh, great pass to Dalton. Charlie Dalton, he will get the roll.
How good does he look? Looks like he fits right in. Read the play, overplayed, backdoor. Took his time on that backdoor cut. Finished well, he's up to 12 points.
To a Maker. This is that corner 3. Rob Lowe out and running. Lost the handle. Maker gets it back. Maker onto Weeks. Off the glass and in. Matua Maker, what skills for a big man.
Your two centers leading the fast breaks here.
Jared Weeks pushing it, gets around Maker. That's the hustle of Jared Weeks in the Tuatara.
He's just so quick. Weeksy just gets out and run. I see it all year long, and he does it once again. Gets on his hip of Maker and finishes the layup.
Woodson misses. Low with the rebound. Looking for the outlet pass. Gives it to Weeks. Lead back to 9. Auckland have it. Tuatara looking to extend their lead. Charlie Dalton has 12. Cam Glidden. Trayton on him. Low off the 3-point line. Goes strong, but the Maker gets the block. Middle rim high.
And then he gets out and run.
Kicks it to the corner. Trayton gives it back. Glidden read it perfectly.
A good hustle, but Alex McNaugh's got to shoot that one. He's got to let that one go. I know he wants to get his team into this one. Trayton just hit one, but he's got to shoot that 3.
Rob Lowe just ran into Alex McNaught, who was low on the big man.
It's getting a little bit messy here.
It's a lot like Mairangi Place. Breakers training between those two. Charlie Dalton fighting for position on Maker. You love to see it. Cheeky almost rips it out of his hands for a second time, but he's eventually called for the foul. He's probably fouled him 3 times in that possession already.
Just couldn't help himself.
Got a hand on the hip, reaches in, slaps it down, cops one on the back of the head.
Ruben Tarangi let him know as well. This is my young man down there banging.
That's Ruben Tarangi type defense. To a Maker, originally born in South Sudan, moved to Perth, Western Australia, into a variety of prep schools around North America. He's been with the Rams, albeit briefly.
I think it was just 3 games last year.
Yeah, and he's been in the G League as well. He's played in Switzerland and Slovenia. To a Maker, well travelled.
Won that 2001 title with the Kings.
2021.
That's the one.
He's only 24.
That would have been impressive, wouldn't it?
Would be an amazing athlete. He's 18 months old. Weeks. Missed the call there. Is it a foul call? Just missed it from Ryan Jones, the referee. Just out of frame. Go again, Ali. I think that's what the call is.
And Nick Davidson.
It's a luxury to have Ruben Tarangi as well. Just help with the ball pressure.
Subs on the make, I believe. Barrow in the game. Glidden. Weeks. Turnover. McNaught.
Just not the right angle there. Rob was trying to steal. Weeks needed to throw that one back to Cam Glidden or dribble the ball a little higher and find the right angle to make that pass.
Woodson. What can Woodson do in the second half for the Giants? Can't quite get it done there. Oh, good steal from Nick Davidson. Nick Davidson with Weeks on him now.
And there's a bit of a track meet right now. It's just getting a little bit messy. So protect the ball. Look after the ball.
See what they can get going with Woodson. Pull up. from Marsh.
And you're happy with that if you're the Tuatara, you know? Comes off the on-ball, cuts him off. Long two, close it out.
Woodson! What's Woodson doing? Avery Woodson all over Nick Barrow. And you will cop a Nick Barrow inadvertent elbow if you do that. Or maybe adverted.
You'll learn along the way. There's a couple guys you want to stay away from, and Nick Barrow is definitely one of them with those elbows. He's also the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Nick Barrow?
Yeah. I know he's throwing his elbows around there, but there's very few nicer in the NBL than Nick Barrow.
Great to hear. Talangi now with Woodson on him. Looking to back him down. Dempster gets a hand on it. Dempster gives it to Woodson.
Turnover's just killing the Tuatara right now. 5 already in this quarter.
Oh, good defense from Weeks. No whistle. And that is a nice runner there.
Beautiful left. Float game strong.
I think it's Tyler Marsh.
It was nice and high. It touched the sky.
Here's Weeks. Sees a lane. Drops it off. Beattie gets it to go down. Tuatara keeping this Giants team at arm's length. Lead is 7.
Got to make him use the screen. Got no help on the weak side there. Got to force him back into your team, and that's just too easy right side. And Beattie with the easy layup.
Woodson. There it is. Avery Woodson with a 3. Can he start cooking for the Giants?
It's a nice stroke, and they're just hanging around at the moment. The Giants doing a good job. Just went to a 4-point ball game.
Tyler Marsh will pick up the foul on that one. Is that the Giants' 5th foul? Might well be with 4:23 to go in this third.
Beautiful stroke, set those feet. Balance, control. The stroke looks nice.
He shot 42% from deep in the senior season when he was with Butler. Before that, he spent 3 years at Butler. Before that, it was 2 years at Memphis. 2 high-quality programs.
It's good stuff.
Finland, Sweden, Greece, Canada, Ukraine, Belgium as well.
Oh, you got to shoot more. I've worked it out. Shoot him more.
Someone text Mike Fitchett.
The Brooks got it.
Brooks cracked the code.
I feel like he's picked it up right here.
I believe they missed a free throw, but I haven't seen it because it wasn't on camera. It's at the TOB line. Tarangi rattles that one in.
Touched every point of it. Every point of the room.
58-53. Can they get here? Woodson to Dempster. McNaught. It's been a tough matchup between Weeks and McNaught. Now it's low. Now Dempster has to put it up on the baseline. Oh, Lopatia with the rebound.
Great job.
And we have a clock malfunction. And we'll just see if it was because it wasn't reset. And I think it reset to 24. It should have been to 14. So maybe they're going to give them to 12. I think that was the indication from referee Jones there.
And this game has to slow down a little bit here. They're going to have to switch out some stuff that they're doing on the offensive end. The Tuatara are switching a lot of stuff. So you've got to start screening your own man. We see another switch right here.
NZNBL highlight show on Tuesday nights on Sky Sport. Tyler Marsh in the key, gets it to go down.
That's where you can get it as well. If they're switching a lot of stuff, got to move without the ball. And he's doing a great job again deep in the paint.
Double team on low. Lopatia and McNaught. Tarangi a deep 3 off the heel of the iron. And Nelson can tie it up with a 3 or a 4-point play. They can go ahead. Lopatia puts the ball on the floor. Good defense. Low on the floor to clean it up. McIntosh fires it ahead. Weeks has it stripped away. Is that Marsh with the hands? I think it is.
He's playing well on both ends at the moment. Tyler Marsh getting into the paint, hit a few threes nice and early into this game.
Great hands.
A huge spark off the bench, and just what the doctor ordered for this Giants team. He's looking good. Shoots the ball nice and high. Some water up there, it gets so high.
McIntosh looking to find Glidden. Marsh right on his hip. Glidden puts it up, and he'll go to the TOV line to shoot 2.
A big one for Glidden too. We talked about it in that first half. Just get back to the free throw line when you're a scorer, when you're a shooter, and you haven't really got it going just yet. Just get yourself to the free throw line, find that rhythm, get a little bit of momentum, and then grow out from there. It's good to see him back in the league too.
Glidden. He's been great from the foul line in this game, but he makes the most of it there. He's now 2 for 4. And he's 1 for 5 from downtown.
How good's a pinstripe singlet?
I love it. I love the unis. New Balance unis. These two are fire. Nelson always had that classic colorway. But the Tuatara, I would argue, have the best merch.
Here we go.
In the game.
Open Pandora's box.
What have I done?
Listen, let him shoot more.
Let him shoot more. Glidden. Caught on an island there.
The shot looks good. Inside now, so we see Caslow Evans Jr. make his way into the game.
Low. Oh, wide open. Can't make them pay. Woodson with the rebound. Nelson Tuatara with the 2.
Keep it popping.
The handoff back to Dempster. Woodson looking to go at Charlie Dalton.
Move it.
Here comes Dempster. He's got McIntosh. The low came across. Affected it twice, but I think Weeks has got him there. And look at Dempster. Just couldn't quite get that to go down. And he couldn't get the putback. And he got a push.
Always a case of Frank stick-to-itiveness. Stayed with it. Found himself to the free throw line, and they're just hanging around right now. Make this one a ball game. 3 points. Second positions. Doing a good job of getting through some stuff. Like we said before, probably want to slow down a touch, and especially when they get into their sets because they're switching so much. You just kind of have to change the screens and change the angle of your screens, but hey, they're making this one a fight. They're making it scrappy and slowing down the scoring and the running from the Tuatara team. And the Tuatara team did a great job in the first half of getting out and running. And it's obviously a lot harder to run when the ball's going through the net.
And so 2:22 to go. Jenna would love that. 60-57 Tuatara with this 3-point lead. You can catch the highlight show on Tuesday nights on Sky Sport of the latest round of the Sal's NBL.
Doesn't stop.
Does not stop. This league does not stop. I think there's a breather on Monday.
For half an hour.
And I think Wednesday. Monday and Wednesdays is a breather for the league. Get your merch as well. You get that, maybe that fire Tuatara pinstripe as well. All the league has great merch. Can I just cover my bases here?
Good job. Great job.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
Look, good shoes though, New Balance. They got nice stuff at the moment. And I know we're supposed to say that, but I'm actually saying that with my heart and my soul. I wear a lot of New Balance at the moment. Big fan.
Make sure they know.
Now, Dempster at the line. Sam Dempster. There is no quit in this Nelson Giants team.
It's been on that free throw line too many times in this building.
And his debut in 2008, Sam Dempster.
And I don't know if he's missed a game since.
Probably not.
He just stays with it. He does his work in the off-season. Big F45 man.
Oh, yeah.
Sammy Dempster is. Also, forgive me if I'm wrong here, Sammy, but he's also a flanker.
Is he?
Play a little bit of rugby when he has the time.
Maybe if there's someone came in with an F44.
I could do an F20 at the moment. Father Time's undefeated. Actually, LeBron's doing his best to hush Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah, well, he spends approximately 1 to 1.5 million US a year, apparently, on his body. So that if you've got the money, you can pay Father Time off.
I'm $1 million short.
We've got a foul here, and McIntosh will go to the line to shoot 2.
And he could be a key part of this team as well. Chris is a great shooter, can spread the floor extremely well defensively, just does his job. Smart player. Rotation's going to be pretty tight with this squad, and Chris can be a big help. He's been with this team for a few years now.
28-year-old, excellent 3x3 player for the Tall Blacks. Played for the Bulls and, of course, the Huskies that became the Tuatara. And Maya Lapetia brings the ball up. And then Marsh gives it to Evans. Woodson. Woodson, he's got Tarangi on his hip. Woodson in the key, rattles it down.
It's just nice. You know, made that look real easy. Got him on his hip, took his time, bumped off Ruben, found himself just below the free throw line and hits the jumper. And like we said, shoot more. Great pass.
The lead
Good
was
hands.
9, and the Giants forced a turnover. It's a 3-on-1. Oh, McIntosh with toffee hands. Spin move from low, gets it to go down.
Put him in the spin cycle, young fella.
Oh, there's a 4-point swing right there.
Twinkle toes.
Iola Patia gives it up. Woodson with the ball. Charlie Dalton on him. Maker. Maker for 3. Oh, Matua Maker ties it up at 64.
Big shot. Thought they should have gone back to Woodson there. Just keep him in this ball game. He's done a great job, but found himself a little bit of space and connects from deep.
Ruben Tarangi. Can he settle it? He can't. Rob Lowe. Just doing Rob Lowe things. Trying to grab a rebound that just wasn't there. And then he looks at Maker and says it's a flop.
His finesse on 2K will be a 99, Rob Lowe.
Oh, there was a story on Instagram that Ruben Tarangi put up where it was Rob Lowe down low and there was a defender with some pool noodles whacking him repeatedly.
I saw that.
And I messaged Ruben and said, because he asked, what kind of defense is this? And I said, it's the Rob Lowe defense. That's what it's like when Rob Lowe guards you.
It really is.
Rob Lowe getting a touch of Rob Lowe. And he said, Ruben messaged back and said, I've had so many people say that. Tough defense. Ruben Tarangi.
Good save, Tyler Marsh.
Tyler Marsh with the tough drive.
Huge minutes off the bench. Looks good, playing with confidence. Obviously can shoot the ball. Shot well from deep in that first half, couple threes, and in this half, in this quarter.
It's a 26-17 quarter for the Nelson Giants. So they've absorbed that 9-point lead that the Tuatara had over them. Now they can take the lead back.
Oh, look at the moustache.
Marsh.
The mouche.
Marsh with the mo. And they do take the lead. This will be their
That's beautiful.
biggest lead if they can make this from the TAB line. Biggest lead they had was 2, and it's 2 again. The biggest scoring run they've had was 6.
Just getting it done. Done a great job of slowing down this Tuatara team as well. They have a chance for 2 for 1 here.
Low! Squeezes it over. Woodson might have got a bit of it.
And that would have been huge if he picked up that foul. That would have been Woodson's 4th, so maybe he's got away with one there.
All tied up. Woodson looking to squeeze out some time from this clock.
Woodson slows it down.
Woodson with Weeks on him. Maker up high, doesn't need him. Woodson looking to go with a mismatch. Weeks picks him back up. In the corner. Oh, great defense from Cam Glidden over Riley Benjamin. And it will stay with the Tuatara, with the Giants. 0.6 to go.
Just the second block of the game. Been low in that department. Everything else full at the moment.
Someone take a player timeout here. One per half. I want to keep that one
In the back pocket.
in the back pocket for the 4th quarter. You can take it any time. You just got to be the player with the ball. Iola Patia gets it off. Riley Benson in the corner. No one picked him up. But that will be us for the 3rd quarter. 66 apiece. It's all set up for the 4th.
Is done and dusted. 10 more minutes to play. Chance right now though.
It's all set up with 10 minutes to go. Grab Sal's NBL steal. Super Slam deals from Sal's combo for only $30. Sal's NBL 2023 at sals.co.nz. That is your code. And the Nelson Giants getting a big third quarter. Brooke Rusco.
Huge for third quarter, excuse me. 28 points. Held Tuatara down to 19. So Ruben get to the free throw nice and early in this final quarter, but did a great job of just finding ways to score the basketball. Tyler Marsh came in, got to the free throw line, did a good job of penetrating. Avery Woodson, we saw the stock that he has, and filled it up nice and quickly at 7 points in that third quarter as well. So they just did a good job of constantly keeping the scoreboard ticking over, finding different ways to get it, and finally hit a few threes to really help that momentum, and started nice and early with Sammy Dempster, and they keep it rolling.
Tarangi has 16 in the game. He's 6 of 12 from the floor. 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 6 turnovers for Ruben Tarangi.
I picked him as my MVP. I need less than that.
Still plenty of basketball to go. 6 turnovers, that's tough. 11 turnovers for the Tuatara, 8 for the Giants. McNaught had a shaky first half. Hasn't turned the ball over until... And he doesn't turn the ball over there. Had it poked away, but he's been far more controlled through the middle of the game.
And he'll learn as the season goes on. It's really the first time that he's been in complete control of a team in his professional career.
Yeah, probably since school. Surely.
Would have learnt a lot from Jared West and Barry Brown Jr.
Will McDowell White. McNaughty, as he's affectionately known.
Oh, I like that. Stimulate the smile. McNaughty.
There it is. And so, Tuatara can...
I can't get past McNaughty.
McNaughty, love it. Low, ball on the floor. Gets the and one. Naughty and Maker.
Rob Lowe of old.
Rob Lowe of old.
Rip through, great rip. You have to respect his three-point shot. We see it here.
The old,
quick rip.
The old Billiken.
Don't even know if he jumped.
Squeezes it over. And Rob Lowe at the TAB line.
He just gets it done, and he's up to 15 points now.
Misses the and one opportunity.
9 rebounds, 4 assists, a few turnovers, a few steals. You're right, he's got his hands all over this ball game.
McNaught just got it over in time. Maker thought about it, had a notion, steps through, right hand finish. Matua Maker with that long stride.
You love the matchup. Go at each other, big boys. See, anything you can do, I can do it just as well.
Glennon, fall away. Maker with another rebound. It's 7 now, and Rob Lowe with a cheap one in the backcourt.
He's got a few to give. Picks up his 3rd foul right there. We've got ourselves a ball game.
We have ourselves a ball game, you're right, Brooke Rusco.
Both teams, you know, at this time of the year, doing a fairly good job of looking after the ball. 11 on one side, 8 the other. They can continue that, sorry.
You're right.
Going to go a long way to helping one of these teams win this ball game.
Marsh.
Good team, Marsh.
Beautiful. Tyler Marsh going to his right.
Oh man, I'm extremely impressed with him to start this season. Looks good, playing with confidence. Got that ball on a yo-yo coming off those on-balls.
Do they want it?
That might count.
Can they get it? I think it does. I think the continuation has been called as Marsh makes the bucket down the other end. And then Ruben Tarangi with the continuation.
I'm going to...
Go on. Go on.
It was esque. Phil Jones-esque coming off that. He's Nelson, he's a lefty. It's the way he shot that shot. I know he watched Phil his whole life growing up. It was Phil Jones-esque coming off that on ball. Love to see a lefty down south, especially in Nelson. The Reefton kid will be happy with that.
Currently away with the under-17s. And his son, Hayden Jones. To a Maker fighting hard on Charlie Dalton, who does not back down on the post.
Hey, good offense, good defense. Before that good fight. Had the finesse down there to finish that one. Really showing up in the second half.
Tarangi stepping through with the right. Ruben Tarangi is starting to make it happen for the Tuatara.
Love the move. Looked him off. All in the eyes. Maybe make it just pause for a second.
McNaught, high off the glass and in.
McNaughty. That's what I think you need with Alex. Doesn't have to come in and average 25 points. Just be steady, be solid. You know what you're going to do on the defensive end. And when the time comes, connect.
Lowe gets free, Maker left him alone. And Lowe can't get his own shot, but does get his own rebound to go down.
Just doing enough to stay in front here. Doesn't matter how you get it. Tuatara just keeping that lead. Giants can't seem to break anything more than a 2-3 point lead at the moment. Got ourselves a great game to start the season.
Marsh. The length of Rob Lowe made him think twice about it. Even Tarangi put a hand on it. Maker has to shoot it. And it will be Auckland Tuatara basketball. And a 3-point lead for the visitors.
See Rob Lowe just come off here for a second and can't think he'll be off any more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes max, just find your breath and close this one out for the Tuatara. Probably same on the other side. And you might see Tyler Marsh back in this ball game too.
Tarangi's played 28 minutes and Norton has played 27. And Tarangi getting to work in the key. He has stepped up in this fourth quarter. That's his third bucket.
Just showing up when it matters the most. Fourth quarter, you need big-time players to make big-time plays, and Ruben's taken over this fourth quarter for the Tuatara.
And we have an offensive foul called. And it's going to be on Nick Trathan, I believe.
Interesting to see where they go here. Obviously, you want Ruben to be a part of this again. He's scored 6 already in this quarter. But how do you want to get it to him? Does it come off an on-ball? Looks like a stagger.
McNaught with the steal and the finish.
That's McNaughty.
Naughty goes McNaughty on them.
And that's exactly what he can do. Defensive pressure, picks up the foul there.
Just getting a little bit ahead of himself on that one. That will be foul number 3 on Alex McNaught. And that is the 4th team foul with 5:52 to go for Mike Fitcher. Lepetia will sit down, Tyson Lepetia. And
been really impressed with him.
And that is actually 5 team fouls now for the Giants, excuse me. So, shots coming up for Ruben Tarangi, Tuatara, every time the Giants foul them. Oh, Ruben Tarangi misses that. Maybe a little bit of karma there for the Giants. Ruben Tarangi now 4 of 6 from the line, from the TAB line, makes the second. 25 trips to the TAB stripe for the Tuatara tonight. 17 for the Giants. 80-76.
And it'll be interesting to see here, how do you close out games? Who do you go to at the start of the season? What sets do you run? Do you keep it nice and basic?
Dempster will just back Weeks down. Weeks does a good job, just forcing them across the lane rather than getting any deeper. Glidden for 3. Giants escape that one.
You're playing with fire. But it's a tough cover. Once again, Jared Weeks gets another rebound, pushes it, gets deep in the paint. You have to collapse. Do you see the athleticism there just before the turnover? You have to collapse on the defense. It's a wide open layup. Kicks it out to Cam Glidden, and he just can't see it go through.
It's 1 for 6 from downtown. Trathan stepped out, and that's why the Tuatara have the ball now. Beatty fires it across. Glidden, just Trathan goes down, and then it'll stay with the Tuatara. What's the comedy of errors there?
See Ruben made his way to the bench as well, and a quick breather for him, and he'll close this game out for the Tuatara as well. See Maker on the bench too, still there.
Woodson. picks up the foul. He does.
That's the free throw line. They're in the bonus.
Yeah. I don't know, man. You're the ex-player. You make the call.
If there's anything there, I think it's a blocking foul. Gets to the free throw line. Easily could have been a no call as well. But Woodson, that's another foul, and it's number 4 on him. And see how important he's been in that third quarter. Just did a great job of keeping that scoreboard ticking over, and they're going to need him late in this game, so he can't pick up another foul. And even if he's not scoring, you just have to respect his jumper. You have to respect the way he can fill it up. He's only put up 10 shots tonight. So I think as the season goes on and he finds his rhythm and he finds his groove in this team and where he can fit in and what sort of sets, and Alex McNaught and the like find where he wants the ball, those numbers are going to continue to go up.
Jared Weeks got timeout on that make. Jared Weeks, 11 points and 8 rebounds in this game, along with 2 assists. Avery Woodson has 4 personal fouls. The Nelson Giants has 12 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Just 19 minutes of basketball for Avery Woodson.
He got in foul trouble early, and we saw the importance, especially early in the season, the importance of having a really good, solid point guard in the game yesterday. With Jeremy Kendall, who welcomed himself back into the league in a big way, very big way, but just controlled the game.
It's like he never left, Jeremy Kendall.
He's just got the fountain of youth, that man. Extremely high IQ basketball player, great in pick and rolls, will find his teammates. But he did a good job yesterday, just controlling the ship. Especially early in the season when people are still learning their sets, you're trying to find your rhythm. You need your point guards to take over and take leadership, and we saw that yesterday. And that was a great opportunity for Jared Weeks and especially Alex McNaught with this team to really settle in and steer the troops in the right direction.
There was one pass from Jeremy Kendall. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's from to Burton or something up at where he bounced past it perfectly into the corner on the drive from the key. Jeremy Kendall for the Sharks.
How good's a beautiful pass, bounce pass.
The floor is your friend. So here we go. Woodson curling up high. Weeks on him. Low pops out, and Woodson can't get that. And then Mike Fisher was asking Ryan Jones. You might have heard it. Can you stop him holding him?
Another rebound there from Weeksy. That's up to 9. Misses the gimme.
Matua Maker. Fitch wants it to move, and Maker gets it back with a mismatch. Beatty comes across. Oh, great block from Cam Glidden with another one. The enforcer.
That's 2 for Cam Glidden.
Marsh felt the defensive pressure of Cam Glidden.
That might be 2 for the young fella. That might be a career high for Glids. We know what he can do from deep, but controlling the paint.
Marsh stepped out. More defensive pressure from the Tuatara with 4:21 to go. Giants looking out of sorts here.
We see the heavy artillery coming back into the game for the Tuatara. Rob Lowe, Ruben Tarangi checks back in. Ruben with 25 and Rob Lowe 19 respectfully. 19 and 10, and like we said with Ethan the other day, Ethan Rusbatch had a big game. It's just another Thursday for Rob. It's another basketball game, double-double.
Chalk it up for Rob Lowe. Averages 17 and 11 last season as it goes down. Well, the Tuatara.
It's all the things you don't see with Rob Lowe as well. Obviously, we're talking about him having 19 and 10, but the reason Jared Weeks was so open is he just set a really good screen. It's not going to come up in great pass, great cut, but it's not going to come up in the box score. But that got Jared Weeks wide open for the 3.
Weeks feeling it. Strokes it again. Jared Weeks.
When it matters the most. He was on 9 quickly up to 14 just like that.
Ruben Tarangi started the 4th quarter hot as Jared Weeks picking it up. Matua Maker. And McNaught over the back.
That's a big foul. That's 5. If that is on Alex McNaught, which I believe it is, that's him checking out for the ball game.
That's him done. And we'll go all the way down the other end for free throws at the TAB line.
Just like that. Jared Weeks hits these two, and it's out to a 12-point game. He's up to 16 points, and you're right. It's been by committee. In this fourth quarter for the Tuatara. Had a great quarter if you're a Giants fan. They filled it up, 28 points in their third, but only 10 so far, and 12 so far in this fourth quarter, and 22, potentially 24 for this Tuatara team.
Jared Weeks at the line tonight. Perfect.
You would.
I did. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. You can't hear me. He misses both. TAB line.
Still in it.
I didn't say anything. 88-78. Plenty of time on the clock for the Giants. We've seen leads evaporate like we did on Thursday night. Maker strikes the three. Huge contest from low, and Maker knocks it down.
And he's out to 20 points. Tough shot, but that's just what they needed. Just what the doctor ordered. Comes through when it matters the most.
Sky City player timeouts are available for both teams in this half. Weeks. Dalton. Great first half. Low with a big board. And Rob Lowe. Another rebound for Rob Lowe, and he'll go to the line.
They call that Rob Lowe doing Rob Lowe things. Just a tough cover. He's a big body down there. Like we said before, it's a science. If you're a rebounder.
The Giants have done a really good job of protecting the glass. It's just the 6th offensive rebound for the Tuatara. It felt like Rob Lowe's had way more than that.
Absolutely right, Torbin down the other end.
And the rebound count is really evened up. Just +1 advantage for the Tuatara. Rob Lowe at the line. 4 of 6.
And we know how important it is once you get to the free throw line, especially late in games.
Now, Thursday night,
Yep.
free throws are missed. You were there, Brooke.
Games potentially won and lost. Obviously, there's a lot that happens before. That's 4 points.
That's 4 points, Brooke Rusko. 7 is the lead. We've seen the Hawks do it on Thursday night, forcing overtime. Marsh lost the handle. Oh, saved by Rob Lowe. Tough turnover for the Giants.
Huge possession. You see the hustle there. Dives on the ball. Gets it back.
Weeks. Rebound Dempster. Giants could get another go.
And it just seems like a lid has gone on top of both of these rims late in the game.
They can't afford to go empty on this possession. Too many. And the time will run out.
And this is where it's tough when you don't have... We see Tratham for deep 3.
Maker and Weeks go down. You need to wipe that up, kids.
But you're missing your backcourt. Woodson's fouled out. Alex McNaught's fouled out. It's when you need them the most. You're starting backcourt. But what an opportunity, it is for a couple of these other guys to have huge minutes.
Tratham for 3. Looking for that kill shot to get them back within 4. And now you could argue the Tuatara will put the icing on the cake here. If they can get a bucket, the ball movement. Glidden. Lowe bats it out.
Rob Lowe.
3rd offensive rebound. Weeks tucks it under his arm. Uses the 14 as much as he can. Fields it. And he's fouled. And Jared Weeks, the vet, will go to the line to shoot 2.
He's trying to say it's a goaltending.
Well, someone did hit the net.
He might get away with this one. They'd be very lucky. But Rob Lowe, once again, is huge. I know they can't make free throws at the moment, but those extra possessions are just killing the Giants at the moment. There hasn't been many, as we just spoke about. There hasn't been many offensive rebounds.
He's had 4 steals as well, Rob Lowe, in a block. Plus the 3 turnovers. It's not Disney. But, you know, 2 offensive rebounds down the stretch for Rob Lowe. We talked about it, extra possessions. Oh, my goodness. Missed free throws. You're leaving
the night.
You're leaving the door ajar here. No backcourt for the Giants, yes. But guys can fill it up. Oh my goodness! What is happening to the Tuatara from the TAB line?
The exact same thing happened on Thursday night. The Hawks came back and won it. There's 6 in a row.
It's looking like my TAB account empty. Dempster gets the foul call. And Sam Dempster will go to the line. Stops the clock. 71 seconds to go.
They're just hanging around. Sometimes you just got to hang around like a bad smell. Things can happen. Who knows what happens here? Makes one, misses the second, tap it out, gets to a three-point shooter. Got ourselves a three-point game. Just got to hang around though. Free throws and turnovers are coach killers, and I think I know what the Tuatara are doing in training on Monday when they get back in.
Makes the first, Sam Dempster. He's 4 for 5 from the line tonight. 9 rebounds, 8 points, the vet. Good on the second. Giants extend their pressure. Dalton. Burning clock with the Tuatara.
I think he's gone into a zone. No, back into a man.
Low, looking to back down Dempster. Sammy with the defense, says Fitch. Huge position here for the Giants.
Who wants it? Still in this ball game.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Maker needs to have his hands on it. Trathan driving. Trathan tried to find Maker. Couldn't get it to the big man.
That's where it's so tough without your starting point guard and your starting two and your import there just to take control. Huge stop.
Fitch felt like he got hit on the arm. Might Fitch it. And
gonna roll the dice here. They've been in the bonus for a long time.
Weeks, yeah. Weeks is just winding the clock down. Jared Weeks tried to get separation. And he's fouled. Jared Weeks, just that herky-jerky move, getting the contact. And here is the drive. Oh, Rob Lowe, did he get him on the arm? Or did he get him on the ball first?
I think the Rob Lowe part was clean. I think Jared Weeks might go away with a little hip check there. Got past and threw Trathan off. And Rob Lowe, those long arms. There's the little things like we just talked about in the box score that you might not necessarily see so much from Rob Lowe. Set those great screens, got extra positions.
See the relief there from Aaron Young. Jared Weeks at the line. Oh. Unreal. Unreal from the line. What is happening?
It could be the legs. Very short bench.
Makes a foul shot.
Do we clap?
Well done.
We do.
Well done.
When it mattered the most.
My goodness. 13.8 to go in this game. Tuatara wanted to go to overtime, it felt. My way. I tell you what, I haven't seen them miss that many free throws in a long time, a basketball team.
No, I get it. It's entertainment. It's the entertainment value. The people pay good, hard money to come watch this game. Keep it a close game.
Quick three here.
Quick three? It's got to be quick. Try and get some confusion somewhere.
Or a quick two and force a turnover on the make. Then you get a three. And then you foul, and then you get the ball back, and this all happens
easy as that
in 10 seconds, and then you get a game-tying, overtime-forcing shot or a winner.
And you win by 4, just like that.
Perfect. That's how we draw it up. What does Mike Fitchett, head coach, reigning head coach of the year, have
you need
for his Giants?
Yeah, you need some confusion. You need a lot of screens and off-ball movement, and somehow find one of your shooters wide open.
We saw the Bulls run route.
Saw that
from the baseline. Yes. Run the routes, all 5 lined up. I love that.
Shotgun action.
Shotgun action, yeah. I love that because you're not bound by the sideline and the likes of where you are on the floor and your man between you. You just don't know as a defender where they're going to run.
It did work out too. Had a lot of space. Found time. Got the ball over. Worked well.
Riley Benson will get us underway. Here it is. 30, a lot of clock here. Marsh for 3. Left it short. Bodies on the floor. Giants get it back. Dempster for 3. And knocks it down. 86-89. 1.7.
Just chewed up way too much time. Makes it tough.
Needed to have the Ethan Rusbatch play.
Hard to, because it's the first game. A lot of the imports have come in late. Yes, there's a lot of Nelson boys in here, but
it's a player timeout too, by the way.
Yep, advance the ball.
Advance the ball. That's a savvy move from Jared Weeks. He's done that twice now in this game.
You just see the bonus of it.
Sky City player timeout. Get the ticket to the big game. Use that QR code.
We got to be quick.
10,000.
Got to be quick to get that one.
Now, what do we got here? Because that was, we were playing like statues there. The foul is called before the time expired.
How much time on the clock?
Well, Ryan Jones will ask. And he'll talk to the score bench. Love the people who do the score bench around the South NBL.
Oh, I think we've got time here, and I forgot my Phil Jones story. It's not the greatest story
Oh,
ever.
yeah, give it to me.
But it's one of the reasons that I will always love and respect Phil Jones. Now, Phil Jones is an absolute legend down in Nelson. There's very few better, if any, that have ever worn the Nelson Giants uniform. I was a young buck, and I moved down to Nelson to play there, probably like 1920. And Phil had started probably every year and scored more points and played more games and had more technicals than anybody else to ever put on that Giants uniform. And I was lucky enough to get down there and take his starting role. Now, I don't know if I necessarily deserved it.
You usurped Phil Jones from the starting role.
Yep, I did, and that's a tough person to take a starting role from. But the one thing that I remember about Phil is that he took me under his wing.
Yeah.
He never made me feel bad about it. He was the ultimate professional. He was the ultimate vet to have along my side. He helped me out so much along the way, and you never would have known. Never would have known. Wow. He was just an amazing teammate, and I'll never forget that. The way that he accepted me, and it made it a lot easier to be down in Nelson knowing that Phil had my back. And
wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, very, very good man. I've got a lot of time for Phil Jones.
Jared Weeks, a rare free throw make in the fourth quarter for Jared Weeks. What a great story. I mean, there's only two numbers retired in Nelson Giants history. Phil Jones and Nenad Vucinic. Mika Vakona will have his number retired soon. By all accounts, as Weeks makes the second. 1.2 on the clock. And the next round of Giants, Phil Jones has coming up, and his son Hayden Jones is just
fill it up.
15, I believe. It's a rookie.
Good stock. Apparently it's in the blood. Apparently can go.
Yeah, him and Adam Barton and Will Davidson are at the under-17 regional qualifiers for the Nationals.
Phil would also text me before every road trip and say, make sure you bring your jeans. Every road trip. So you're a great vet to have.
What great advice.
Not for towns, for church the next day.
Of course. And so it's a 5-point lead for the Tuatara. Last time out called.
Done a great job of dragging out this last 10 seconds.
Well, thank goodness for your Phil Jones story.
Just snuck it in there.
How'd you go that season, by the way?
We lost in the finals.
Oh, who'd you lose to?
We lost to...
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, who did we lose to?
You lose to the Saints.
I think we lost to
it's
a lucky bet. If I was a betting man, I'm going to go with we lost to the Saints.
Saints or Sharks, right?
Yeah. Around that time, it would have been Saints or Sharks. Remember we had Josh Pace on the team.
Oh, Josh Pace.
Josh Pace was great.
Holy.
He could fill it up.
Man, that guy could score 40 in a blink of an eye.
And nothing from outside the three. He had around about 14 floaters and the rest from the free throw line. And you look up and he'd have 18 and 37.
Rob Lowe's got a wink for Benjamin. And there it is. Free ball, almost banked in. And the Tuatara survive. They left the door ajar for the Giants, who couldn't fit through it. And the Tuatara, like lizards, inched their way through to a win here in that fourth quarter. Jared Weeks, tough from the free throw line, but tough on the floor. Gets the embrace from Mike Fitch and the coaching staff. They get the win, 91-86.
Jared Weeks got it done, 20 points to wrap up the game. Halfway through that fourth quarter, he was sitting on 9, so he closed out the game with 11.
20 points for him, 9 rebounds. And Jared Weeks, 3 assists.
And by committee as well. You see 25 there from Rumatarangi. Rob Lowe had himself 19, and you know the promising sign, if you're a Tuatara fan, is Cam Glidden only had 6. 1 of 7 from deep. Rob Lowe doing his thing on both sides. And it's good to see Sammy Dempster controlling the boards. Alex Minot, he have the ball in his hands a lot this year, and you know, he'll find his time, he'll find his players, and he'll sit around that 5-6 assists a game, I reckon.
Cam Glennon, the enforcer, with 2 blocks, steals 5. Rob Lowe steals. His fingerprints all over this game. Him and Weeks, tremendous for the win. Reuben Tarangi as well, 25 for him, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. And the Tuatara, 2 road wins. Brooke Roscoe, you've been involved in.
Is it me?
It's you.
Is it me? It doesn't stop though. We straight after this head down to Wellington, and that Saints Hawks game is going to be huge.
Huge game coming up next in the Sal's NBL. Hawks Saints coming at you. Hope you enjoy the game. And tomorrow another double header, the Nuggets and the Jets. Myself and Kason Buckman will give the call on that one. Edgar Senna, Dunedin. And the Airs and the Rams will round out round 1 of the Sal's NBL. We're at the midpoint, and we have been treated to 3 great games of basketball. 3 more to come, Brooke Roscoe.
Worth the price of admission alone.
Enjoy the Saints and the Hawks. And from Trafalgar Centre in Nelson, it is good night.